Do you think I like it? Do you?
Julia, please.
Do you? Do you think I enjoy it?
Julia.
You think it gives me some sort of martyr's pleasure? Do you?
Will you be still?
Well?
There is a house full of people.
Oh, yes. What about that? I come home, my room is full of Harry and Edna. I have no place to put my things.
They'll go to Tobias's room. He'll sleep with me.
That'll be different.
What did you say, young lady?
I said that would be nice.
You did not say any such thing. You said.
What are they doing here? Don't they have a house anymore? Has the market gone bust without my knowing it? I may have been out of touch, but...
Just let it be.
Why are they here?
They're frightened. Haven't you heard of it?
They're what?
They're frightened. Now, will you let it be?
What are they frightened of? Harry and Edna? Frightened?
I don't know yet.
Well, haven't you told to them about it? I mean, for God's sake.
No, I haven't.
What have they done all day? Stayed up in their room? My room? Not come down? Locked in?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, they have stayed up in their room all day.
My room?
Your room. Now, let it be.
No.
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mother. I'm sorry for screeching.
I am too old, as I remember, to remember what it is like to be a daughter. If my poor parents in their separate heavens will forgive me. But I'm sure it's simpler than being a mother.
I said I was sorry.
I don't recall if I asked my poor mother that. I do wish sometimes that I had been born a man.
Not so hot.
Their concerns are so simple. Money and death. Making ends meet until they meet. The end. If they knew what it was like to be a wife, a mother, a lover, a homemaker, a nurse, a hostess, a agitator, a pacifier, a truth-teller, a deceiver.
Da-da-dee, da-da-dee.
There's a book out, I believe. A new one. By one of the 30 million psychiatrists now practicing in this land of ours. A book which opines that the sexes are reversing, or coming to resemble each other too much at any rate. It's not to be read and disbelieved, for it disturbs our sense of well-being. If the book is right, and I suspect it is, then I would be no better off as a man, would I?
No, not at all.
Oh, there is nowhere to rest the weary head, or whatever. How are you, my darling?
What?
How are you, my darling?
How is your darling? Well, I was trying to tell you before you shut me up with Harry and Edna hiding upstairs.
No.
I will try to tell you, Mother, once again, before you've turned into a man.
I shall try to hear you out. But if I feel my voice changing in the middle of your rant, you will have to forgive my male prerogative. If I become uncomfortable, look at my watch or jiggle the change, and where do you think you're going?
You go straight to hell.
Now, what's going on here?
Will you shut her up?
Well,
There you are, Julia. Your father can safely leave the room now, I think. Hello, my darling. Your mother has arrived. Talk to him. Your daughter is in need of consolation or a great cuffing around the ears. I don't know which to recommend.
Have Harry and Edna...
No, they have not.
Well, I thought maybe... Well, what was that all about?
As they say, I haven't the faintest.
Oh.
Evening papers?
Yes, you want it?
Anything happy?
My daughter's home?
Any other joys?
Sorry. No. Small wars, large anxieties. Our dear Republicans as dull as ever. A teenage marijuana nest not far from here. I never had marijuana in my entire life.
Want some?
Wasn't fashionable.
What the hell do Harry and Edna want?
Just let it be.
Didn't you talk to them today about it? I mean...
No, they weren't down when I went off to the club. And...
Good old golf.
Don't ride me, Julia. I warn you.
I've never had any marijuana either. Aren't I a good old girl?
Either that or slow.
Great Christ, what the hell did I come home to? And why? Both of you, snotty, mean...
Look! There are some times when it all gathers up too much.
Sure.
Sometimes when it's going to be Agnes and Tobias, not just Mother and Dad, right? Sometimes when the allowances aren't going to be made. What are you doing, biting off your fingernails now?
It broke off.
There are some times when it's all too much. I don't know what the hell Harry and Edna are doing sitting up in that bedroom. Claire's drinking. She and Agnes are at each other like a couple of...
Sisters?
What? The goddamn government's at me over some deductions. And you.
And me, yes.
This isn't the first time, you know. The first time you've come back here with one of your goddamn marriages on the rocks. 4, count them.
I know how many marriages I've gotten myself into.
4. You expect to come back here and nestle into being 15 and misunderstood each time? You're 36 years old, for God's sake.
And you are 100 easily.
36 each time, dragging your, I was going to say pride, your marriage with you like some Raggedy Ann doll by the foot. You fill this house with your whining.
I don't ask to come back here.
You belong here. Well, now that I've taken out on my only daughter the disgust of my declining years, I'll mix a very good and very strong martini. Join me?
When I was a very little girl, after I'd gotten over my 2-year burn at suddenly having a brother, may his soul rest. When I was still a little girl, I thought you were a marvel. Saint, sage, daddy, everything. And then as the years turned and I reached my somewhat angular adolescence.
5 to 1 or more.
Then as the years turned, poor old man, you sank to cipher. You've stayed there, I'm afraid. Very nice, but ineffectual. Essential, but not really thought of. Gray non-eminence.
Uh-huh.
And now you've changed again. Sea monster, ram, nasty, violent, absolutely human man. As you make it, 5 to 1 or better.
I made it about 7, I think.
Your transformations amaze me. How can I have changed so much? Or is it really you?
I told Agnes I'd talk to Doug. If you think that'd do any good, by golly, Dad, that's a good martini.
You really want to talk to Doug. You won't get anywhere. The compulsives you can get somewhere with, or the illusion of getting. The gamblers, the fags, the lechers.
Of this world.
Yes, you can have the illusion because they're after something. A jackpot, somehow. Break the bank, find the boy, climb the babe, something.
You do pick 'em.
Do I?
Hmm?
Do I pick 'em?
Well, you may have been pushed on Charlie.
Ah, poor old Charlie.
Well, for Christ's sake, if you miss him so much.
I do not miss him. Well, yes, I do, but not that way. Because he seems so like what Teddy would have been.
Your brother would not have grown up to be a fag.